As my camera is down, but that's fine because
Alex Craig. Oh,
as Microsoft has laid off 9,000 people, 4% of the firm's entire workforce, total layoffs of 15,000 people in 2025. Now, this is a big deal because it has a direct implication on Xbox. Microsoft is closing down Xbox Studio, the initiative, with Perfect Dark killed as well, joining Everwild and ZeniMax new IP and the other unannounced projects. So yes, if you recall, the reboot of Perfect Dark is gone. It's dead. It's over. You'll never see the light of day. For Jason Schreier over on Blue Sky, the bustling home of sanity, says many of Xbox subsidiaries are getting hit by the layoffs this morning, including Call of Duty studios such as Raven. Big cuts at Forza Motorsports developer turned to nearly 50% of the staff.
that's nuts. I'm sorry to be those people, like that sucks for them.
Yes, we do not listen. We do not like when people lose their jobs. We've talked about this many, many times. We don't like it at all. It sucks. But the reality is that when you have a bloated company, as bloated as it is, and you have a company that is going out of their way to move from the Xbox business and just totally leave the business as a whole, outside of third-party stuff. They've acquired so many companies, like the Xbox brand is gone. Remember, they're moving to Xbox Gaming now. Microsoft Gaming. Continuing for Jason Schreier, says, I can confirm that Xbox is canceling the long-troubled project Perfect Dark and closing the initiative, per email from Xbox Studios president Matt Booty, seen by Bloomberg News, first reported by Windows Central here. Curious, why has Perfect Dark been long troubled? I'll tell you why.
Because it looked like shit.
Right. Because as the famous Mad TV sketch would say, he looked like a man. So, Cecil, I bet you get that reference right there. So, maybe. Yeah. So there you go. More people have lost their job this morning. We're sorry you lost your job. We don't like it when people lose their job. But the video game industry is correcting itself after the insanity of the last few years. Back in 2024, we saw over 14,000 people lose their job. 2023, another 10,000. It was bloody in 2024. Now in 2025, it says 2,800, but that's not the case because,
Yeah, look how many question marks there are. They're not even updated yet.
Right. This does not include, obviously, the 9,000 people who just lost their job. So,
Jesus.
What a bloodbath. What an absolute bloodbath. And we're sorry you lost your job, guys. Hopefully look, we've said this many, many times. I hope that everybody uses this up as an opportunity to go out and make the projects you want to make. You have the skills. Go out and do those things. You always say, you got a goal, go get it. Go get it. Go use this as, and we know you're down, we know you're upset, but tie those boots, get up and get going. You'll be all right. I promise. If you truly have the ability, you'll be all right. So
didn't Expedition 33 was from a bunch of either fired or they, Ubisoft employees that went off, and it's like, we want to make, this is the game that we wanted to make that we couldn't make while we were at Ubisoft. Massive success. So yeah, I think that if they have the talent and the drive and they aren't just HR people and whatnot, then they can go off and make something. And again, like you said, it sucks when people, I way back in 2015 at I was laid off with 162 other people at my job that I was at, and it stinks. It's really rotten, and you don't like that, because it's like, you kind of feel terrible. But it is an unfortunate fact of life. I think this is a combination of, in 2020, with the pandemic, a lot of companies overhired.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that now we're at the point where They're seeing that a lot of the people they hired were maybe in administrative jobs and things that they really don't need. They need more creative people. So it sucks. I'm sad. I'm sorry that if you lost your job, but it is a ongoing thing in business.
I'll be interested to see if let's see. Hold on, I want to make sure I know this. But yes, I'll be interested to see if it affects 343 Studios at all. The folks at Halo and or Halo Studios, as I guess they're now called, instead of 343 Industries, because they have been making some questionable decisions as well. Let's talk about Halo in particular and how it seems like every month Halo delivers us some wonderful gold, but they are not, and 343 Industries as a whole is not a stranger of really letting people know where they lean politically and putting it into video games and representation of their company and such. Going back just not too long ago, we had this story in early June where Halo went into Halo Reach and they changed it from male to female here with the gender to changing it. You can see this is how it originally was. And then they updated the game to include heavy armor and light armor in the game, as opposed to male and female, just kind of further ending the idea of men and women, which is just silly to say the least, and also extremely derogatory if you really think about it. Well, you don't even have to really think about it. The idea of like heavy armor being the men and light armor being the women, So we've seen this before, but obviously during June, there's a big old month going on, but make sure we saw their Reddit banning people saying Happy Men's Awareness Month because it was seen as derogatory and mean. We've also saw back in February that, hey, man, they go out of their way to celebrate all of the months. They had Black History Month here, which was fine until it wasn't. Then they decided to lock all replies because people were like, what's going on with this stuff, right? And they're getting ratioed on their own posts. And if you go back down and you just search Pride on their account on Halo, you're going to find all of the stuff here. Tons of rainbows, tons of this is in their DNA at this point. I mean, you can see there's the Pride Month. Like, how ugly armor is that? I'm just throwing it out there.
They're pretty ugly. Like, I thought the point of the armors was also to blend in and stuff too, and not be super vibrant. Mm-hmm. I thought.
Yeah. Way to make yourself a target.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have this. This is obviously last year. This is diversity is their strength, and you can see all the wonderful women they have here. This is from 2019. There's a long history of diversity when it comes to Halo and such. But here in July, look, there's always something to celebrate. And now we have July Disability Pride Month right here. Blabs, why don't you read this off so we can let everybody know how important this is to them.
July is # Disability Pride Month. I feel like Cecil's going to go for like some booze right now. Anyway, strength comes in many forms, and every Spartan brings something unique to the fight. Whether you have a disability or not, there's a place for you on the battlefield. Log into Halo Infinite and claim your free armor coating, visor, and emblem. It's super duper duper progressive, especially with a locked thread.
Well, yeah, this is how important it is to them that they want to get the word out, so much so that they just decide to lock.
All your disabled players can't reply.
Yeah, like what about the people who love the representation here? You'd think they'd be totally interested in this, but this is, Blabs, you tweeted this out yesterday. This is like the gift that keeps on giving.
It is. It really is the gift that keeps on giving, because it's just like, oh, thank you, I can laugh more.
I mean, WoW beat them to the punch though with the flying
the wheelchair.
Yes.
When do you think we're gonna get the wheelchairs in Halo? Me and the boys gotta go and suit up and play with the wheelchairs.
This is pointed out over here on X by Chibi Reviews. Disabling replies about a post about disability,
right?
Before anyone could post is definitely an interesting choice. So, it's pretty amazing to see. you know, this is a company that is built around. This is built in Seattle, in Washington, up there. They're hanging out in this little echo chamber up there, and it's amazing to see how they just continuously step on rakes. I would love to see what the sales figures for Halo has looked like, really, since Halo 3. Since Halo 3 was released, I mean, Halo 3 was, well, Halo 2 was the peak of the series, obviously, but Halo 3 was kind of when that it was on the same level.
I think 3 outsold 2, though.
Did it?
I believe, I'm not positive, but I think that 3 outsold. Now 2, I know a lot of people consider that the best of the series, but I think that 3 ended up outselling it. I'm not 100% though, so yeah, I mean, I'm sure the figures are out there somewhere.
Yeah.
So according to Halo, like the fandom wiki, I can just pull this up to share with you guys for sales. I'm not sure like how accurate these are, but there we go. 2001 Xbox Halo Combat Evolved, and 3 Halo Wars.
Yeah,
there's all your sales.
14.5 million.
Wow. Okay, yeah, Halo 3 was pretty awesome.
It was huge.
Yeah. Man, that's so Halo Wars 2. The Wars series is a spin-off. The mainline games obviously do pretty well. Halo 4 and Halo 5. Halo 5 did almost 10 million units. Wow. Good lordy. Okay. Man, that's nuts. Well, good for Halo, and we'll see if this eventually does affect their sales numbers. I mean, obviously they're doing that many numbers, that many sales with a much bigger staff than they did back in the Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo 3 days. You know, so maybe they are going to be hit by these layoffs here from Microsoft. So got another video for you right here. Go to watch it. It's a good one.